Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Boxing. We back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of topics that we're going to cover. If you guys listen to the playback, I'm gonna have the timestamps in the description box. That's for anybody that's wanna tap in or if they miss anything. But I want to salute everybody coming through the building. I appreciate everybody's support. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment. It's all good. We're gonna answer all questions. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. If you got social media, feel free to follow me on social media as well. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDoesBoxing, or you can always reach me on my channel. You know what I'm saying? If you drop a comment, more than likely I will reply back, or anything like that. If you guys need any fight news and stuff like that, feel free to tap in. So I got a couple of topics I want to go over, and we're gonna get to some questions, and y'all know how we do on the channel. So salute to everybody. My man Talal in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Chris M. What's good with you, bro? Salute. O-Rod, what's good with you? Salute, salute. So yeah, my first one, I want to touch on the ladies, man. Y'all seen the thumbnail. You got Amanda Serrano versus Erica Cruz. It's going down February the 4th. Undisputed at 126 pounds, featherweight. Amanda Serrano's top 3, top 2 pound for pound, depending on how you doing it. Been around for a long time. She's coming off. She got a victory. She unified her titles in September versus Serrano, and that was a pretty good fight though. Tougher than what I thought it was going to be. And then she had that epic fight with Katie Taylor last year. So she had a good year. I know she came up short. I thought she won the fight against Katie, but I don't think nobody loses when you have a great fight like that. So she's facing Erica Cruz, who just defended her title against Jelena Marjanovic, who she took the title from a couple of years back, and she beat her. She had another victory too. So she's the WBA champion. And you know what I'm saying? I think this is a good fight. Now, before it was some issues with making this fight. I think Erica Cruz's team wanted to go a different route and this, that, and the third. Amanda Serrano was chasing after this fight. She wanted to be undisputed, the first undisputed champion from Puerto Rico. So that's her goal. So we finally got to this point. The WBA did a good thing by ordering these two champions to fight each other, which is so dope. They should do that all across the board in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? My man Anthony in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said he had Katie winning. Yeah. I mean, shit, I don't think nobody really loses. I thought Amanda won at 6'4", but shit, that's why hopefully we get another one. But speaking on this matchup, man, it's two southpaws going at it. Serrano is probably the more technically sound. She can box when she need to. She's a big puncher. She coming to get you. She got like 30 knockouts and 43 wins, I believe. And she's a great body puncher. So you already know what she brings to the table. Erica Cruz is more so, she's real tough. You know what I'm saying? She got some boxing skills as well, but she's more rugged. You know what I'm saying? She'll have her head down swinging. She's real tough. She's not really creative with her work, but she's tough as hell. And if you ain't ready to stand up to that, she can take you into deep waters. Like, it's a good fight. It's a closer fight than probably 2 years ago or a year ago. I feel like it can be competitive. I feel like Serrano maybe lost a step or two. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like the Mafu fight, I feel like she's showing a little bit of signs of, I don't know. But I think she's still good enough to win this fight. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, I'll come back. And if she come back and have a dominant performance and she go crazy, I'll come back here and say I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think she still wins this fight. You got to watch out for the headbutts in this fight, too, because a lot of fights with Erica Cruz, she have a lot of head clashes. Like I said, she'll bend her head down and throw like wild overhand lefts and stuff like that. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Pretty good one, though. Wasn't that the Estrada Cortez fight? Yeah, that was that undercard when Erica Cruz fought Jelena Part 2. So this is Undisputed, man. So the women is getting off to a great start. You know what I'm saying? They had a hell of a 2022. It looks like they're going to start off well 2023. All right, on the same card, you got Alicia Baumgardner versus Egis Mekhaled. Now, this is an undisputed fight as well. They got a vacant WBA title on the line because Choi the former champion. Now she's champion in recess. She had an injury, and she said she wasn't gonna be able to make the fight. So they made her champion in recess. Now Alicia Baumgardner can fight for all 4 titles. Mekhaled is a good fighter, though. I don't know if most of you guys heard of her. She can fight. She got 1 loss, but she lost to Delphine Persoon in a real close fight. That fight could have went either way as well. She was the WBC mandatory for Alicia Baumgardner earlier this year, and they offered her a fight like 2 weeks notice. She thought that was unacceptable. She actually retired for a brief moment. Then she got a good offer to face Delphine Persoon on the undercard of Floyd Mayweather in Dubai. So she took that fight. She really did well for herself. Surprised me. So she get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically for Alicia Baumgardner to win the fight. You know, she's coming off the good victory over Mekhaled Mayer, which was razor close in my opinion as well. And she getting her opportunity at Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And this is what she's been talking about the whole time. So I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Mekhaled can fight, so she's not no trash fighter. So it's not like she's fighting I know she's coming off a loss, so you know the boxing scene. Excuse me, the box rec guys. They're gonna be on box rec talking about she took a loss and this she ain't fought nobody. But if you really watch her fight with Delphine Persoon, who is basically top 10-ish pound for pound, or she's recognized as a former world champion. You know what I'm saying? She got a lot of respect for what she did with Katie Taylor. If you've seen that fight, actually, you'll be like, okay, this lady can fight. You know what I'm saying? She brings something to the table. So, man, that's a good way to start off this the new year with this card right here. 2 undisputed fights for the females. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I like Alicia Baumgardner in the fight. Like, she's a good boxer, can punch with the right hand. And this is for her. And I want to see how the crowd receives her, because her last 3 fights was in the UK. Now she'll be back fighting in the US. She got a good fan base. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be rocking and rolling in there. They're fighting the MSG. You know you're gonna have the Puerto Rican fans out for Amanda Serrano. So let's see how they receive Alicia Baumgardner. I think it'd be pretty dope. So that's what it is with that one. So I like this card already. Who's the lead promoter of the card? What network? This would be Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, and The Zone. I was checking the bomb Mekhaled based on your old content, but Matisse's sister jumped the line. She ain't really jumped the line. What happened? She like I said, they offer Mekhaled a bad deal, I guess, on short notice. She was the mandatory. Normally, don't mandatories, the fight get ordered. You have a 30-day negotiation, blah, 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 right? But at that time, this another thing that was in play too. Mekhaled was with MTK at the time. And that was around the same time all that shit started popping off. So maybe that's a reason too. So we'll see. But she didn't jump ahead. They just took that fight for her to stay busy. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get that mandatory out the way. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to get that mandatory out the way, then try to go face another champion at the time. But then eventually they was gonna do something else. So she didn't jump the line. She's moving up soon after. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. As a boxing fan, I would hope she'll stay at 130 so she can get the rematch with Mekhaled Mayer. That's a big fight. It's still a big fight. You know what I'm saying? But if she move up, I mean, maybe. I don't think it'll be next after this fight, because Serrano and Katie Taylor going to run it back in May. You know what I'm saying? So it may be like at the end of the year if she do move up. But she still got business to handle with Mekhaled Mayer, in my opinion. Who is she with? She's signed to Serafina, manager. I don't know about promotion company, but she signed with Serafina. Go check out her box rate and look at her manager and stuff like that. It'll tell you a lot. But promoter, I don't know. All right, so that's a good. Those 2 good fights right there. We stand on this same undercard. We got Richardson Hitchens coming back. Good young fighter, fights at 140 pounds. He made his Matchroom debut on the undercard of Montana Love versus Steve Spark. He had a good performance. He stopped the guy late, made him quit. Good performance by him, and he's in a real deep division at 140 pounds. So he's on the card. He's a New York guy, so that's a good addition to the show. And he's supposed to face John Bowser, the undefeated 140 pounder, used to be on Top Rank. But they having some negotiations, shit like that. So we don't know. I don't know who he's going to fight right now. But John Bowser was the target. He's a Puerto Rican fighter. It makes sense for that venue. You know what I'm saying? Bring in some crowd, stuff like that. A New York guy versus a Puerto Rican makes sense. So we'll see. But, it's good to see him back, though. He been inactive when he was with Mayweather Promotions. He actually fought twice last year, though. So that's saying something. He probably can get 3 fights in this year and push his way towards a world title shot. So I like Richardson Hitchens. One of the better boxers we have at 140. You know what I'm saying? Kind of underrated because he really don't got big knockout power and stuff like that, but he can box his ass off. So we'll see. He said upset. I don't know about that. He said candidate. Maybe. I don't know. That shit was maybe... I don't know. I don't really think that was a big upset to me because Montana Love was showing vulnerabilities in his first 2 fights with Matchroom. Really, I mean, the first fight he looked good against Baranchik. Well, actually, before Matchroom, he got hurt in that fight, but he did look good though. I give him props on that. Then he had the fight with Matchroom. He missed weight by like 3 pounds, and people was underestimating Stevie Spark. Like, I don't know, that maybe was the upset, I guess, but it wasn't a big, huge upset like that. To me, just me looking at it. So Hitchinson's back on there. We have Scott Nicholson. She should be on the card. She climbing her way up in the IBF rankings at 126. She should get a world title maybe the end of next year or late, maybe the beginning of 2024. We'll see. But she can fight, though. She a good boxer and stuff like that. Southpaw, know how to keep her range and distance. She all right. So she's looking towards, Amanda Serrano in the future. So we're going to see. Or when Amanda Serrano moves up to face Katie Taylor in the rematch, maybe some of those belts become vacant and maybe she can fight for one. But she can fight. We're going to keep with the female theme on here. We got Ramla Ali going to be on that card, too. She's another good one, too. I like her, though. She's been coming along, too, looking real sharp in her last couple of fights. She with Manny Robles, and I think that's doing a lot for her career. And she's an Olympian, can box, but she's sitting down on her punches as of late. So we're going to see how she look in her return. But I like her, though. She can be fighting for a world title at the end of the year, too, because the ladies, they got a quicker path to the titles than the guys. And then you got this one. This is a crossroads fight. You got Rashad Maddie. He's at the top versus Cletus Selden. And this fight is supposed to go down. It's a local NYC type of fight. You know what I'm saying? You got the Armenians versus the Hebrews and stuff, the Jewish fans. So you bring in a mixture of a crowd in New York, which is already a lot of mixture up there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different backgrounds in New York City. So this is another one. You know what I'm saying? This is a good fight though. Very interesting because Rashad Maddie he's still a prospect. He haven't crossed over to a contender yet. Good boxer and stuff. He have up and down performances, yo. Like some performances he looked real good. Sharp with the jab, boxing well. And then other fights he just looked lackluster. Like him and listen to his corner and shit like that. Now against Selden is a come forward, aggressive, old school type of fighter. Strong, throw a lot of punches, and he a big puncher. So if you're not on your A game and you don't got enough power to keep him off of you, it might be a long night. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good fight for that New York City crowd. You know what I'm saying? Can bring in some fans for that. So I'm with that. That's a good fight. I guess it could happen. If Nicholson move up to 130, I guess it could. But I think she won the campaign at 26. But I guess I will see. For the New York City, white collar New York City. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's a good fight. I'm with it. But I think Nicholson is campaigning at 130. Unless some way Garafi moved down or Nicholson. Well, I don't know, but I don't know if that's like near future because I think uh, once if those belts become vacant, you'll probably see Nicholson fighting for those at 126. So we'll see. All right. So I want to take a look at the women's pound for pound rankings real quick. This a new ranking just came out with the ESPN.com. You know, to me, it really. I think anybody can make a pound for pound list if you really follow the sport like that. Just throw your logo on that shit and just go crazy if that's what you want to do. Everybody's pound for pound list is subjective. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can have everybody on there that everybody agree on. Somebody's still gonna criticize it. But I like this one though. I think it got a good foundation though. You got Carissa Shields #1. I agree with that. Katie Taylor #2. You know, I think if you can argue, they can flip flop to me. But that's cool. Amanda Serrano 3. You know, even coming off the loss with Katie Taylor, that fight was so close. I don't think she really, get knocked down too crazy. Alicia Baumgardner #4. You know, I'm cool with that. She got a good victory over Michaela Mayer. Both of them was top 10 at the time when they fought. You know what I'm saying? What's good with you, bro? Salute. Both of them was top 10 when they fought. So I'm cool with that. Chantel Cameron. So they got basically tied for 5. So basically 5 and 6. Chantel Cameron and Jessica McCaskill. I don't know. I really, you can make a point, you can make an argument that Jessica McCaskill can fall out these top 10 rankings, just to be honest, because the way she looked so poor in that fight with Chantel Cameron is like, I don't know. So we'll see. I know Chantel Cameron, she got a WO mandatory coming up with Christina Leonardo too. That should be good. Carissa Shields and Natasha Jonas. That's #1 versus #10. They're supposed to be in some conversations to fight. You know what I'm saying? At 154. We'll see what happens with that. But Kayla Mayer supposed to come back and fight at 135 in her next fight. Sanisa Estrada has a big unification coming up. That's in March. So stay tuned for that. So she'll probably creep up the ladder. Fresh Cruz should be fighting Hannah Gabriels in March. Another big fight. Like I said, the women gonna get off to a good start. It's like three undisputed fights. It's a couple of unifications and stuff like that. Then you got Tasha Jonas at #10. You know, if I was to change something, I would probably take out Jessica McCaskill, slide everybody up, and bring in Yokasta Valley at #10. That's why I'll probably do that. Yokasta Valley had a good 2022. 3-0, you know what I'm saying? She unified and she moved up with the division and beat the unified champion. So I think she deserves some love too. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. He said, I got the Zern and Jonas top 10. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Like, you can't, it is what it is. You can't really be wrong, really, because you can argue your case. It's all good. PDH Big Dog in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. What's good? When Kayla Reese come back, I'm not sure. She doing movies and shit, so I'm not sure what she got going on. So yeah, that pound for pound list look pretty decent though. I ain't mad at it. All right, we're gonna move on. So we finally got the official word on this one. So Ray Vargas versus Shaqy Foster. This is February 11th, Showtime Boxing. You know what I'm saying, from San Antonio for the vacant WBC 130-pound title. Yeah, bro, I like this fight, man. This is a big opportunity for Foster because he been, you know what I'm saying, kind of left behind. And he deserves an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? He deserves a big opportunity. So this is good, you know what I'm saying? And it's a hell of a fight too. Like, I know Ray Vargas moving up a weight class, but he's still a tall, rangier guy. Throw a lot of punches and stuff like that. Do the winner? Maybe. It depends. Whether WBC did or the winner to face. They got 2 mandatories back to back. Rocky Hernandez, and then the winner between Robson, Consecal, and Yakovov. So I don't know, but maybe with the PBC work, it depends who win. If Ray Vargas win, I can see Santa Cruz. If Foster win, they'll probably go the route of Rocky Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends how the politics work. But I can see Leo fighting the winner. But this is a good fight though. Style matchup. It can be a little tricky. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking Shaq Foster may have to stand his ground and kind of trying to catch and counter punch Ray Vargas. Ray Vargas throw a lot of punches, long and rangy. He can keep you at the end of his jab, and he got the championship experience. He know how to win fights. You know what I'm saying? He been down in fights too. He was down in his last fight versus Mark Marcelo, but he pretty much outboxed him down the stretch with the whole fight. So this is a good fight. He got a hell of a co-main. Sabiro Matisse versus Jeremiah Ponce, vacant IBF at 140. So that's a good one. Who fighting for Navarrete old belt? Probably Robisa Ramirez versus Azadalbe, March 18th. Stay tuned. So we'll see. This is a good fight though. It's a good fight. Looking forward to this one. All right, now this one right here. So this is about Tszyu. This is a Tszyu situation, but this thumbnail right here is based on No Limit Promotions down in Australia. That's who promotes Tszyu. They just signed like a multi-fight network deal with Tszyu and a partnership or whatnot. So reason why Tszyu, I'm bringing him up because Tszyu, we know that Jamel Charlo had to pull out the fight because he broke his hand. So Tszyu not going to wait for him. He's going to have a fight. He's still training in LA, but he's going to come back, and probably February or March. He's going to fight in Australia, and they just signed a new deal, so it works out for him. He is a big star down there. You know what I'm saying? He brings a lot to the table, and he's been fighting on pay-per-view in Australia for a while now. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. Yeah, he's been fighting on pay-per-view down there for a while, so it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Stay active. Like, if Charlo not going to come back to, like, June, he got 2 months in the cast, then you got to say he got, like, a month for rehab before he started training. Then you got another 2 months of training camp. That sounds like June or July. So if he got to wait that long, he might as well just take a fight. You know what I'm saying? He might as well take a fight. Now, he may try to go after the WBO interim title. And I know people, they might go crazy on that, but he's been going down that route. He's the WBO mandatory. And that's why the WBO came out with like a show cause for Jamel Charlo to show proof. So they want like an estimate time to how long he may be out. So if he's out that long, I mean, it's nothing wrong with an interim title fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to say that Tszyu got next, and we already know he got next because they postponed the fight, and they said they're going to reschedule it. So Tszyu got options because he got a promoter in Australia, so he can make moves. He don't have to just stay, stay and fight. And he's not going to fight on January 28th in Vegas, the original scheduled fight. Hopefully they keep that fight date. I'm not sure yet. I haven't heard much on that, but I like Tszyu going back and staying active. So if he fight for a WBO interim title, I know you got number 2 is Liam Smith, but he's fighting Chris Eubank January 21st. Number 3, you got Tony Harrison. That's the one I like, but I'm not so sure because Tony Harrison is training Alicia Baumgardner. You know what I'm saying? How that's gonna work unless she got another trainer? Is he still gonna train her? Is he gonna focus on his own shit and get ready for this fight? Because if you're gonna go to Australia, that's a big time difference. You gotta go down there like 2 weeks early. How that shit gonna work? So I'm not so sure about Tony Harrison. Mutazaliev, he's the IBF mandatory. From my understanding, he's unavailable. That probably would have been a good option for Tszyu because Tszyu is number 3 in the IBF. If they was to fight WBO mandatory, IBF mandatory, you can basically consolidate the mandatories. So that would take away a mandatory from Charlo, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Since he got all the belts. So we'll see. So we just gotta go down the line in the WBO rankings to see who would be a possible opponent for Tszyu to take that trip. He said, "I appreciate, yeah, no problem, bro." He said, "Maul comeback." I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest. I don't know. I can't even tell you. I know you like Jamal James versus Cody Crowley next opponent, but can he go into eliminator for a loss? I mean, shit. I've seen it happen before. I mean, I've seen it happen before with the WBC guys coming off a loss and fighting for eliminator or world title. So, I mean, Max Stego mess around and face Figueroa for the WBC interim title. He coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I know PBC supposed to have a date February 25th in Minnesota. So I'm guessing that's the date. Maybe Fundora headline that or something. I don't know. Stay tuned. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go to these WBO rankings real quick. I'm kind of interested now. I'm gonna do a screen share to see what could be next for Tszyu. And this is for me. This is where I start paying attention and looking closely to these rankings because as they stand now, it look like maybe I don't know. I don't know who's gonna maybe get that opportunity, but it can be a change. So you may see in the new rankings a new guy pop into the new WO rankings out the blue, and this is a case in point right here where you can possibly see that. So this type of shit I be on when I be figuring out who gonna fight who and this, that, and the third. This is part of my process right here. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let me see. I don't know if you guys can see that shit. That shit might be too small. All right. So like I mentioned, Liam Smith is number 2. Hold on, this might be too small. Let me get up out of here. I got another one. Yeah, so what I see is Tszyu is number 1, Liam Smith is 2, Harrison is 3, Mutazaliev is 4. So yeah, I mean I think Tony Harrison would be my pick, to be honest. But I'm not sure how that shit gonna work. Hopefully I'm wrong, yo. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, there's no conflict of interest with that's gonna slow down his training if he have to train Alicia Baumgardner on February the 4th. Hopefully the fight may get pushed back to March, so that may be even better for Tony Harrison and his schedule, how things are looking. So we'll see. He said, "Will you rule out Butayev? Mean Machine probably." I mean, Butayev is not ranked in the WBC no more. I mean, I would say maybe Mean Machine. Mean Machine just fought, but you gotta think: is he one of those PBC guys like that they're gonna keep busy? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I would say Jamal James based off Cody Crowley said he coming back in February. Crowley said he come back in February. Jamal James said he fighting on the next Minnesota card. I looked. Butayev is training, but I don't know. He's not ranked in the WBC, so I will eliminate him. Mean Machine just fought in October. If you look at his Instagram and stuff like that or whatever, he's not training. So I would say Crowley versus Jamal James based on what they saying, but I could be wrong. If Butayev was ranked in the WBC, I would say yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna pull this up real quick, just for educational purposes. Anybody listen to playback or anybody in the building, you can take a look at this. So we got Tszyu right here. So if he's gonna fight for a WBO interim title, it's gonna be somebody in the top 15 of these rankings. All right, let me make it bigger a little bit. All right, it's gonna be in the top 15 of these rankings. And I already mentioned Liam Smith, Harrison, Mutazaliev. And you got Charles Conwell. Now, I mean, if you're gonna go off of that fighting, I would take it. I mean, does it happen? I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure how the politics will work with that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that fight. That's a fight that would be probably one of the action packed fights. That's a fight I think both guys could win. You know what I'm saying? Given the right circumstances. Conwell is a good inside fighter, so you know he coming to fight. Um, Tszyu, you know how he fight too, so he can make for a good clash. Conwell he just won a WBC eliminator, but it's like a secondary eliminator. So I'm pretty sure if his name get called, he'll probably take that fight. Josh Kelly, number 6. I'm not sure if he would take that fight in that short notice like that. But we'll see. Xander Zayas, I say no. Brian Castano, I'm going to say no too. Because I think he'll probably get one in. But if his name, I mean, we never know. But I would probably rule him out though. The Sosa kid, I mean, we never know. When it starts getting down right here, it can be any of these guys. Maybe not Jesus Ramos and Takashi anyway, because he already fought Takashi anyway. So if it's one of these guys that he just stand busy with, and they're gonna call it a WO interim title, I can see that shit, bro. So that's just me doing my thing. So yeah, that's what it is. That's why I'm gonna start paying. I'm gonna pay attention to the rankings even more this upcoming, like once the year turn, because shit started to change and you can start figuring out who fighting who. You know what I'm saying? My man Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said they don't. He said they don't. He said don't they have other trainers and? I mean, I don't know that situation. I mean, when they was doing the pre-fight shit for old girl for Mayer and Baumgardner, it was one trainer right there, and then they say no, Tony took over training. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If Tony, it seemed like Tony is a better fit for Alicia Baumgardner, in my opinion. And for me, I don't think they're going to cross that shit. Now, if they do, they do. It is what it is. He said, can't Bute. I mean, I don't know. The WBC said no more Russians and no more Belarus fighters in their rankings. And before they said that, he was ranked in the WBC. After they said that, he's unranked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Unless they change their mind again. I don't know. They're doing transgender shit now, so they could put them back in there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going off what they giving me. Yeah. They do, you know, they do whatever they want and they can change that, but I don't know. Like that's a big step though. One month now they had their convention in November. They said no Russians, no Belarusian fighters in the rankings. Boom, they gone. Now a month later, 2 months later, now we're gonna put Buteyev in. Now it ain't like Buteyev is this big draw and he bringing all types of crazy money and shit like that. So, but it could happen though. You know what I'm saying? I guess WBC or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's gonna happen. You know, you did Dave Morrell POE last year, but now who would you see him fighting? I don't know yet. I gotta look at it. Off the top, I would say Eric Bayenza. He about to face Alantez Fox February the 2nd. Bayenza is like number 2 in the WBA rankings, so I would say him off the top. But I have to look at it some more. All right. So moving to the next one, we got Michael Hunter. So Michael Hunter just signed with Egis Klimas. You know what I'm saying? One of the best managers we have in boxing. He got Usyk, he got Lomachenko, he got Mean Machine. You know what I'm saying? He got the young Vargas brothers, the Vargas dynasty. He got some fighters. So this is a good move because Michael Hunter, his career been stagnant. You know what I'm saying? He's number 1 in the WBA rankings at heavyweight. And he's supposed to get an eliminator. He's supposed to face Harry Fury like in shit. They rescheduled that fight like 3 times and they just finally canceled the fight. So that kind of wasted his career, his 2022. I thought he lost to Jerry Forrest on that Triller fight, the Triller show. So he been out the ring since then. And you know what I'm saying? He been calling out everybody, but I'm not sure. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? For him to get a good fight. I like the Bacoli fight. Bacoli is number 2 in the WBA rankings. That's a good fight. That's a rematch. And maybe that's a WBA eliminator. You know what I'm saying? You see Canelo on Showtime in 2023. Nah. maybe next year, 2024, because he'll probably do John Ryder and Bivol, and then maybe after that. So we'll see. Michael Hunter brings some shit to the game. He's an OG in the game. A lot of see the thing with him, a lot of fighters respect him. You know what I'm saying? He get a lot of love from the fighters, but his career just been so stagnant. It's crazy. So hopefully signing with Egis can get the ball rolling and shit like that. So that's what's up. So yeah, we got opened up to some questions. Feel free. That's the last of my topics. Anything y'all got boxing wise, feel free to drop it. You know what I'm saying? What do you say? I had a draw, but I understand Forrest's case. And I thought Forrest won that fight. I thought that probably was pretty clear. Maybe was 98, 92, some shit like that. 97, 93. I thought he won that fight clear. Michael Hunter ain't do nothing in that fight. He said he was sick, but he ain't do nothing in that fight. I think we're gonna get a big 2023. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get too discouraged about what's going on. I know Charlo broke his hand, he's out, but you know he'll be back and shit. So we lost that fight, and then the Tank situation. But I won't get too down off of that because still boxing's still gonna be crazy. January, I think the Tank card gonna go ahead. I'm unsure if Tank gonna actually fight. Maybe not. If he don't fight, they can downgrade that from a pay-per-view to basically a Showtime card. But we'll see. We'll see. As of right now, looking like everything is a go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything is a go. So we'll see. Yeah, salute to you, bro. Yes, sir. RIP. So it look like that's a go. So we'll see what happens with that. But you got, let's say it goes ahead, the Tank Davis pay-per-view. So you got that one. You got a lot of good names on that undercard that I want to see fight. Boots, Rashidi Ellis, and Demetrius Andrade. All three guys I want to see fight. You said Fig versus Maxeo. I see you didn't let that get by you, right? Yeah, that might be something we may be looking at. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. He said, I like Ellis. Yeah, I like him too. I'm glad that he's getting some activity and stuff like that. I like the opponent that he's facing. Good puncher, aggressive guy. So it's going to allow Rashidi Ellis to use his speed, his quickness, and his counter punching. So it's a perfect opponent for him, really. But if he get clipped with something crazy, then we'll see. He said fast hands. Yeah, he got some fast hands. One of the fastest hands in the sport of boxing. We just forgot about him because he's been so inactive. So, yeah. So we got January the 7th with that pay-per-view. January 14th, Top Rank got a good-ass card. We got some replacements. They've been doing some switching and shit, but I like it. Oscar Rivas had to pull out. Then we got Stephen Shaw. He's going to face F.A. Ajaba. That's a good fight. Good heavyweight fight. I'm looking forward to that. He said kind of like AB. Now, I don't know. You talking about Rashid Ellis and AB? I don't know about that one. I mean, well, AB had fast hands at 35 and 30. So I don't know if you talking about that, but I don't think his hand speed is faster than Rashid Ellis. But 35 and 30, or 30 and 35, yeah, AB. Yeah, for sure. But that was a long time ago. That was over 10 years ago. No, this Top Rank card. Like you got a couple of 50-50 fights. Like you can say FA and Shaw's a 50-50 fight. I got Shaw winning. The co-main, you got Guido Vanello versus Johnny Rice. I mean, you can say that's a 50-50 fight. If Johnny Rice come on his A game, he can win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Adam Lopez versus Abraham Nova. Yo, that's a loser leave town fight. They both gotta bring that shit. They both coming off of. I say Lopez lost his last fight because I really believe he did to William Encarnacion. He got dropped twice in an 8-rounder, and I don't think he won more than 2 or 3 rounds. Just to be honest, but he got a decision. He's facing Nova, who's coming off a highlight reel knockout loss to Robisa Ramirez. That was at 126, so he's coming up to 130. And we're going to see if those, that help him out. Both guys going to be, moving up to 130. So that's a good fight, man. Real talk. You got some good prospects on the card. You got the return of Brian Norman. The Polanco kid from the Dominican Republic is on the card. So I think having Brady and Dante Benjamin. So you got some good prospects on the card. That's January 14th. He says in May. I mean, we'll see. Who do you think the winner of Wood Lara fights? Thomas Patrick Ward. If Thomas Patrick Ward can beat that tall southpaw, he got to fight February 25th. There's no saying he gonna beat him. So between him and the southpaw, but probably, I mean, it depends. It depends. I think the winner. I think if Lee would win, honestly, he's gonna fight Josh Warrington. He's gonna fight Josh Warrington. So look for Josh Warrington to get to the new WBA rankings in the next one when they come out. So that's what I think. Okay. Let me go back a day. We got a unification for the ladies at 108 pounds. We got Cam Clavel versus Jessica Plata, WBC, WBA. That's January the 13th. That's going to be on ESPN Plus too. So that's another, you know what I'm saying? That's another good fight. Like I said, the ladies going to start off with a bang with a bunch of unifications and Undisputed. January 21st, we got Chris Eubank versus Liam Smith. I like that fight, bro. I like that fight. He said, who's the best fighters at 118 once anyway leaves? Maloney, Donaire, you said it. You got Ashalabio. You got I think the number one guy when them guys leave would be Manny Rodriguez. When anyway leave. D-Ray in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. I think Manny Rodriguez would be the best. So we got 21st, Eubank and Smith. 28th, we got Brother BF versus Yard. Let's not forget about that shit. I know we lost Charlo and Tszyu, but we still got that fight. You know what I'm saying? We may hopefully, you know what I'm saying, PBC keep that date. We'll see. January the 20th, let me go back one step. We got a Showbox card. Atif Overton is on that card. I like him from Philly, the light heavyweight. And then up until February, you got the Serrano Cruz card with Alicia Baumgardner and Richardson Hitchens on that card. February the 3rd, you got Navarrete versus Liam Wilson. So we got some shit coming, man. February the 11th, we just spoke on Ray Vargas versus Oshaki Foster. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna start coming in, and as the year opens up, you're gonna start seeing these fights get announced. I know Top Rank is starting off with a great start because they got a card. I want to say, okay, March the 4th, Top Rank basically gonna be taking over the sport of boxing. March the 4th, they're gonna be taking over because they got Taylor and Calderon, the rematch. March the 11th, supposed to be Fury and Usyk. Y'all stay tuned for that. March 18th, Robisa Ramirez versus Isaac Dalbe, Xander Zayas on that card. And then March 25th, we got a hell of a card. I know Jose Ramirez is supposed to face Richard Comey. That's not quite done yet, but you should see Tanisha Estrada on that card in a unification. You got Raymond Mortala on that card, Giovanni Santillan, somebody else, some more other local fighters. So yeah, that's gonna be crazy for Top Rank. So that's like every weekend in the month of March, Top Rank gonna have a card. That's what's up. Especially if they can get that Fury and Usyk fight, that should be dope. Let me see, Man Rodriguez, yeah, he can fight. Yeah, I think that's next. He said Fight of the Year, yes sir. He said who fills in for Mel? I mean, I don't think nobody really. I think he gonna get his own card. I wouldn't even call it that because Tim Tszyu about to get his own card in Australia, so he's not even fighting on that date. So I think that just takes away from him. But I don't know. It depends. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a domino effect. So Charlo gotta submit how long he gonna be out to the WBO. I think that deadline is January the 1st. Once he do that and they get that shit out of the way, they'll probably order whoever is available. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's gonna be next. He may just take a fight down there, and it is what it is. Yeah. Stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned. We'll see. It's not gonna be Neri. It's probably be Neri and Zach Hovanesian. But let me go back because January 28th, Golden Boy has a card. You know what I'm saying? Now, it could be Neri and Fulton. You know how they can mismatch this shit. But it's supposed to be a Zach versus Neri. But Golden Boy will have a show on that day. I know that supposed to be Ryan Garcia day, his date, but they still gonna do the show. Floyd Schofield's supposed to be on that card. What are the upsets of this year on Top Rank? I can't remember. I don't remember a lot of upsets for them. I gotta think about it. Lopez, Conlon, March 18th. That might be too soon. My man got some injuries. Lopez got some injuries. That would be ideal. You know what I'm saying? If it's not too seriously. But if he fight on that date, it's gonna be in Ireland, so that would be dope. A good double hitter for Top Rank on that day. But they definitely doing that show March 18th, and I think it's in Orlando. And it's gonna be like Puerto Rican theme. The last time they was in Orlando, they had Berlinger versus Nicholson. That was a good one. There was a lot of Puerto Ricans on that card. So we'll see. So boxing gonna get off to a good start. You know what I'm saying? I like when the promotion companies drop their schedule for like 2 or 3 months. Who's headlining that card? Ain't Garcia going straight to Top Rank? Ain't Garcia going straight to the top to the tank fight? I guess that's what he said he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We never know with these guys. I guess that's the intention. But that Golden Boy show, probably Alexis Rocha may headline. So we'll see. If he headlining, I don't see that's so. You brought up something. Maybe Neri maybe Neri do circle back and face Fulton. I don't know, to be honest. Because whoever Alexis Rocha fighting, I don't think that's better than a Zach versus Neri. I don't think so, but maybe they can have that on the card anyway. I'm still with it. We'll see. Fulton versus Liam. I doubt that shit. I really doubt it. I doubt that shit a lot. I mean, if it happens, I like the fight, but based off politics and way shit is, I would say no. You know what I'm saying? I would say no. When Berlinger back? Probably April. Yeah, probably April for him. Tyrone has a card in Oklahoma, April the 1st. I don't know who's gonna be on that, but I doubt that's Berlinger. Maybe Berlinger tag team with my man next fight. Maybe he tag team with Shakur Stevenson fight. Aleem should be active. Yeah, he in a tough spot though, bro. He in a tough spot. He's wasting his prime. He in a tough spot because he got he got a promotional deal with King's Promotion, and they got situation with PBC, but he's not like a high priority. So I don't know if he can just go fight anybody. You know what I'm saying, without Al's permission, basically. So if he get out that contract, which is supposed to be up sometime coming up, then maybe he can do some things. But it's not that like that simple. Like these guys can just, they should stay active. They can just go fight this one, that one. I mean, that would be ideal, but he's just gonna be sitting and waiting until either his deal run out or they give him something. That's how this should be working. Don't tell me they let MJ pass on the Tapales fight. I doubt it. Because that probably be March 25th, MJ versus Tapales. Nah. Tapales team not going to let them pass on that. Them guys want that fight. They've been pushing for that fight. And Matchroom going to have a good card that day too, March 25th. Uh, that should be Ben Rodriguez's return. Um, he gonna be fighting for the vacant WBO title versus Kristen Gonzalez, and we should see Cruz defending her Undisputed, or maybe she fighting for the heavyweight title. Well, really light heavyweight, because Hannah Gabriel's got two titles at that weight class, so maybe she fighting Hannah Gabriel's on that card. We'll see, man. Stay tuned. Take all the notes, jot it down. When the shit happened, then you already know it already been in the plans. But a lot of this shit though is kind of undecided because the guys getting hurt, shit getting moved to the left and to the right. It's like they'll come up with stuff that we ain't thinking about. So I'm not sure. I'll just give my best educated guess. Is Aleem interested in it anyway? I mean, I talked to his coach when I was at the Martin and Rivera fight. He said, yeah, they want that fight. He said they'll take any fight. He's told me they'll take any fight from 22 to 30. But they'd much rather try to win a title at 22 since he's been down that long. And if anyway want to give him an opportunity, yeah, he want that shit. AJ, April the 8th. Hey, that sounds like a good date. I'm not sure though. You know what I'm saying? But that sounds like a good date for him. I know he's talking about coming back in April, so we'll see who he's fighting. I know Otto Wallen is one of the candidates, but he's fighting on the Showbox undercard off TV January the 20th. So I don't know. Maybe he's just getting a little tune up and staying active. So we'll see. Maybe it's Jermaine Franklin. Maybe it's Dylan White. I don't know. But I hopefully he return and get back on the winning path and shit. I feel like this is a good opportunity for Wilder and AJ to happen. Because real talk, just because the WBC ordered something, that don't mean it's supposed to happen. And I feel like that fight's still big. You know what I'm saying? And this is the first time both guys see. It's crazy how this boxing shit be working. When Wilder got a fight date or a date already or a fight lined up, then you hear Eddie Hearn coming out talking about they send an offer to Wilder and shit. But when none of these guys is fighting or none of these guys got a fight date coming, then it's quiet. You know what I'm saying? Zilli Zane is a possible opponent for Joe Joyce. So hopefully Joe Joyce fights on the undercard of Tyson Fury and Usyk. If that fight is March the 11th, that would make sense. That'd be a good ass undercard. Heavyweight theme. I'd take it, but we'll see how shit. Like I said, all this shit is like stuff that I get or possibilities and shit like that. We'll see if they actually go through with it. He said Eddie Hearn been doing that. What you talking about? Was Zilli Zane? I don't know. Are you talking about making? I don't know. What you talking about? He been doing what? So we'll see. I don't know who he fight. I know he just fought not too long ago. So I haven't heard nothing from him since that fight he had. I think it was in November. So I'm not sure about him, but shit, he can get in the mix. I like to see him versus Billy. That'd be a good fight. That'd be fun. Christian and Billy, he suffered an injury in his last fight. I think he messed up his calf or something. But he tried to do the WC Eliminator versus Ali Akhmadov. That'd be a good fight. But I like to see Billy versus Sergio. I'll take it. Two powerhouse type of fighters. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. But I don't know. I haven't heard nothing from him. So I think March 18th. Hopefully we'll get that Benavidez implant. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the date for them. March 18th pay-per-view. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a real good one. And they can, you know what I'm saying, get a good undercard. So yeah. Man, it's a lot of shit floating around. It's just nothing really being confirmed and stuff like that. But I figure after the new year, when everybody come off vacation and holiday and shit, we may get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of boxing news. I mean, we got one big fight left though, 2022. We got Aoka versus Franco. I put in my community tab. If anybody need to try to watch the fight, y'all gotta tap in behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to waste nobody's time because that shit early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And so that So if you need it, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I get you behind the scenes. My shit is scrolling across the bottom though. Twitter, at OverJ, Instagram, L Does Boxing. He said Richard Rappaport looking for negotiation power. He stand a CBS win. Okay, I mean, shit, let's get it. I know he fighting on the 21st against what's his name, Gowacki, former world champion. I mean, I think he should win that fight, but Gowacki can fight too. We'll see how much he has left. We'll see. I think eventually all those guys gonna fight, especially when Coley come. I think Coley coming back March the 11th versus David Light. That's not a hard fight. That's not an easy fight either. So we'll see how everything works, man. Like I said, I feel like okay, if my man gonna face Obitaya, a Rapport after this win, he should go after Gallimari in the WBA. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? All of them get the titles, and then they can all fight each other. But if they're gonna do whatever, that's on them. Rapport talking about he wanted to have the title fight in his hometown. Okay, that's what's up. I think he should go get the Gallimari fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a fight he can win. Because I mean he should get the opportunity. Before CBS because he already beat him, but I don't know who the bigger draw and how that should be working. Sometimes it don't matter if you beat the guy. If he a better draw, then he gonna get the opportunity. So, like I already discussed, it's not gonna be Makabu. They don't want them Don King problems. You know what I'm saying? Richard Harap. No, what really makes sense. I had that wrong. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick. The WA rankings. This is what they should do. He said, kind of been, yeah, I did hear about that, and the reschedule of Craig Richards versus Balaknitz on that card. He said that's why I asked. No, well, that's what I'm telling you about the Don King situation. I don't think none of those guys want that smoke with Don King, and you see how hard it was for Daniel Dubois. You see how long it took him to get his money because he wasn't willing to sign with Don King. You know what I'm saying? And they had to get the WA to order that. So if a Rapport, any of those guys want to face Makabu, they're gonna be asking, and you know how Don King is different. He's gonna be asking for some options for them dudes. And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna sign to fight Makabu. You know what I'm saying? And then after they do that, they're going to be locked in and they can be inactive. That's what happened to a lot of his fighters, unless they get the sanctioned body to order that shit. So what Don King go do? The mandatory for the WBC, he went and signed him. Noah McCallion. They about to fight. They about to fight January 21st. Don King went and signed him, so he made him. So he got options on him. He's not gonna do that with no outside fighter like that, and no outside fighter is not gonna take no Don King option. So the WBC is gonna be out the window unless the WBC order that, and you already know how the WBC get down with Don King. You know what I'm saying? What's the best for a Rapport then after Gowacki? I say I got it differently. He should go after Albertea because he's ranked in the WB in the IBF. He should go after Albertea, but Albertea, it's tricky. They should switch. They should flip flop it. A Rapport, I'll pull it up. I'm gonna do a WA first. I got you covered. I'm gonna pull up the rankings real quick and let you see what I'm thinking. And that's how I be trying. I try to make sense of shit. So, all right, here's a WBA real quick. I got you covered. This educational purposes only. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure everybody's straight if you want it. All right, so this is the WBA rankings at cruiserweight, right? All right. So Chris Bell Smith is number 4. He's number 4. Rapport is not even ranked. He's not even ranked in the WBA. I remember he used to be high as number 2, but he's not even ranked. So I feel like CBS should go after Gallimarian. Bring him to, what's that shit called? Ball Smith? I forgot what it's called where he fight at. Bring him over there. Pay him some money. Bring him over there. I don't think his promotional outfit is too crazy. All right. Now the IBF. Let's get to them. All right. The IBF, real quick. Boom. Educational purposes. I got you covered. I bet. All right. So the IBF. So Abataya is the champion, but I believe he has a voluntary. He has a voluntary next. Now we know Massanek is number 1. Richard Rapport is number 2. I got it. So I can see him taking a voluntary. If he take a voluntary, what makes sense to me, voluntary versus Richard Rapport instead of Chris Bell Smith. You know what I'm saying? Since he's in the rankings at number 2, Richard Rapport won an eliminator in his last fight. That would make sense to me if I was doing it. If I'm boxing and I'm trying to maneuver these guys, I'll do it like that. But it looks like they want to do Chris Bell Smith versus Obataya. So that means Richard Rapport, he kind of fall by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? He falls by the wayside unless they trying to make the Okoli fight. We're going to go to the WBO rankings and see how they look. Because Massanek, he going to be asking for his opportunity, you know what I'm saying, pretty soon too. All these volunteers and shit. Massanek going to be like, hold on, what about me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go to the WBO real quick, educational purposes. We're going to do something real quick. All right, so the WBO. All right, there you go. So the WBO, so we know Coley and David Light is fighting in March. Chris Bell Smith is number 3, but they probably won't fight because they got the same trainer, right? Or they got different shit. Richard Rapport is way down at number 12. So I know they've been talking about making a Coley versus Richard Rapport, but can they make it happen? You know what I'm saying? I think they could. They both on boxing now. Is that the route Rapport go after he beat Gowacki? Because Gowacki is number 6. If you see Gowacki, he's number 6 in the WBO. So maybe he take his spot. You know what I'm saying? Get him in the top 10, and maybe that's for Okoli. If they want Chris Bell Smith to face Obataya, I don't know. And then again, what if Okoli want a unification? What if Okoli talking like, listen, I can do all that shit y'all talking about, but let me get my unification first. Maybe he want to go after Gallimarian, and he feel like, well, I've been champion for a minute. Let me try to go under let me get a unification, and then let you two guys settle that out. Chris Bell Smith and Richard Rapport and Obataya, all that shit. So it's a lot of moving parts, bro. It's a lot of shit you can do. But me personally, I would have a Rapport go after the Obataya fight and have Chris Bell Smith go after the Gallimarian fight. So you'll have 3 champions in that stable, and then you can just mix and match them. You know what I'm saying? However you want to do it. So, I don't know. That's why I asked, okay, WBC, Gowacki. So, I guess Okoli, Massanek, any of those guys, I guess. We'll see how the rankings play out. Yeah, well, he have one, but it's not called yet. Like I mentioned, maybe I already answered, but you know he coming off the injury, so he did an exception where he can have a voluntary. So the mandatory is not due yet, but I'm pretty sure after his voluntary, it will be Massanet. They won't Abataya. Okay, let's get it. That means a Rapport would be now a Rapport coming to the new WBA rankings. Yeah, but like I'm showing you real time though, he's not ranked in the WBA. So if he comes in, boom. Richards versus Bolotnitz. Uh, that's a 50-50 fight, honestly. I would take Richards. I picked him the first time when I did the breakdown. I still take him. Obitaya mandatory dude because he wasn't a mandatory. Yeah, but like I said, he got a exception for that though. I'm telling you, he in a voluntary stage. He in a voluntary stage, and that's why everything they pushing so hard to get that fight made. I'm telling you, he's in a voluntary stage right now. Now after that, he gonna have to do that mandatory. So we'll see how it all plays out. They're in a good position with all these cruiserweights, so they can kind of mix and match and make fights. But we'll see. He said, "Will we see Kyle Smith go after Brother BF or the Zone fight?" Kyle Smith is coming back March the 11th. Um, where he from? He from Liverpool. He fighting in his hometown. You got Liam Paro versus Robbie Davis on that undercard. You might get a big women's fight on that card. I'm I think Terry Harper supposed to fight either Cecilia Brækhus or it's another one. I forgot the other one, but I think Terry Harper versus Cecilia Brækhus at 154 maybe on one of these the zone cards. Y'all stay tuned. I mean, I know they're working on that. Or they in talks. But Callum Smith, I can see him coming back. I like the Lennon Arthur fight. You know what I'm saying? March the 11th. But we'll see. Gary, I'm not sure about Gary Antoine. Like I said, I heard rumors about Playo. I even heard about Lipinets. I don't know. I'm not even sure. Excuse me. I'm not sure. But hopefully he'll be back soon, though. Haven't heard much about him other than those rumors. Now, Brother Playo is supposed to come back on the undercard of Benavidez versus Plant. That's the word on the curve. So if it's against Antoine, I take it. He said Terry Harper versus Brækhus. I don't think so. Not lose or leave town for that because if Terry Harper loses that fight, she can go down to 147. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but Brækhus maybe, but I think that may be the fight right there. Eddie loved Terry Harper too much to just throw her out like that. My man Cal in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said Shiz Jonas. Yeah, that's what I heard. Maybe March. I know. I think the biggest point with that is the venue. I think Carissa Shields want to either fight. She want to fight in Detroit or she want to fight in Vegas. Well, she probably earned that right to do that, wherever she want to fight. And I think Jonas, she down. She'll come and fight anywhere. Playo versus Rolly. I mean, that's possible. Rolly did come in number 9 in the WBA rankings and shit, so that makes it real possible. So let's see what's good with it. But I'm about to close it out, man. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Appreciate the time and the questions. I'm going to have timestamps in the description box, so if you guys miss anything, you can go back and tap in with it. He said, which route Russell going? I don't know, bro, to be honest. I know he ranked in the IBF, WBC, and IBF, WBC, and WBA, but I thought he was going the WBC route. You know what I'm saying? I know at the convention, his people was asking to leapfrog Jose Ramirez. They wanted to put Lipinets at number 1 and Russell at number 2 over Jose Ramirez at number 3. So I guess it's the WBC, but Lipinets looked like he may get the Regis fight. So Regis trying to fight in New Orleans. So Lipinets, he'll go fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think that may be the fight. So with Gary Antoine, I'm not sure, yo. If he don't get the Playo fight next, which I hope he get it, but I don't know. We gotta see how all this shit plays out. He said peace. Yeah, peace to you too, bro. Salute. Yes, sir. Salute to everybody coming through. That's my time, and I'm out.